Do you have the same concerns now? Is the B word being used?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with Andrew completely. I mean, that has been the conversation now for a number of days. The question is, I think, how much cash are they going to burn through, not how much are they burning through right at the moment. I mean, the hard part about looking at what's going to happen with air travel or has begun to happen with air travel is that we're entering a really unprecedented period of decline. And you look at China as an example to try to, look at the rest of the world. China went down, roughly 60%. Looks like it's bottomed here, at least the signs that it's bottomed. But when you put that type of curve through the rest of the globe, what you will get are declines in air travel that on a monthly basis are 5 times larger than anything we've ever seen before, than the most negative month we saw in 08 or 09. So this is uniquely negative for a short period of time. And the ecosystem in this industry, which is an extremely capital-intensive one, just requires a lot of cash to survive. So if airlines aren't taking in cash from customers, they're not paying that cash to Boeing. Boeing's not paying that cash to suppliers. And so the real question is, can you provide enough liquidity in the short term to keep things moving, and avoid, the problems that come with having significant decreases in demand in a system that's so capital intensive?
Give us. That was what I was referencing, Carter. Was that if you just take a snapshot right now, you wouldn't necessarily think it was quite as dire. But we don't know how long it's going to last, and they're going through cash, obviously, which Phil just pointed out. How much of the $60 billion sounds like Boeing saying, yeah, we need some, but really we're worried about our suppliers? Is that true, or is it mostly Boeing, or it's all just sort of interconnected?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's 100% true, right? So at this moment, Boeing has fully drawn the $13.8 billion delayed draw loan. They have a $4.6 billion dividend that they could cut. They have a $4.2 billion acquisition of Embraer that they can push. The Fed has effectively backstopped the CP that they need to roll, which is another $6.1 billion. So you put those numbers together, and we're talking $30 billion of liquidity. That is not insignificant. However, when you look at how big this ecosystem is, tens of billions of dollars is what is sort of consumed by the industry over the course of a couple of quarters. So if you think you have to shut production, if you think customers, meaning airlines, get into trouble where they're not paying their bills, you begin to consume that liquidity relatively quickly. And so we don't know the terms of the $60 billion. Does that include money for airlines? If so, it doesn't imply much for Boeing and the suppliers, which is a good thing, meaning that they don't think that they need that. But if it includes, $20-30 billion that Boeing, needs to have to build a war chest to get through this, which it may indeed include, then investors are going to, the market's going to worry more about that because, it's simply a large amount of money. And I think at this point, that will only push us closer to that fear. But, the question is, can you raise enough capital for the system to get on the other side of what should be, a 4 to 8 week kind of, period of, fear in the industry, and then hopefully, and I'm using China as an example, get to a place where you bottom and then begin to recover slowly. But we just don't know that today, and the lack of visibility is really what is going to drive the equity.